We never dreamt that Nigeria will attack Biafra. We never. So when we were attacked, we were not ready. If we had known we were going to be attacked, we wouldn't have bothered to go to that extent. Afambo, Major General Alex Madiebo, Omunwa command the army in the Biafra. Area Bidonas, July 1967. By September, commander, that's Onwanabo, Kanulara, Mbudi commander. Biafra in 1967, I'm probably the oldest living Biafran official. I mean official. I was about third in the hierarchy. Ojukwu, Effiong, then myself. I know that the aim of Biafra then was to find a way of protecting the Igbos. There was a lot of killing, and thousands, if not millions, of Igbos were in the east, some without hands or legs or head even. And those in the army knew that the only way to save what was left was to form a sort of force, not necessarily independence. You have to have an army for even looking after Biafra itself, not going to war. Anom n'iru ọgụ ebe egbe izizi gba na June or July of 67. Anom na Gakem. Anokwa ewe gba almost the last na 1970 as commander. Ebukata ndị Igbo. Mụnwa a colonel that time, and Agwam Abia no Guam as the onye officer army on top na Kaduna, most senior. Abia onye ugwu bia Guam si na aga egbu ndị Igbo. Very prideful, Nage Bundi Bu, Nage Namama, a survival. Nage na Ndugwa decided to go Nage Bundi Bonine, Maka na Ebu Sadwana, Ebu MA coup, first coup. So Mwa bam aeroplane Jegwe Ironsi. Kabu Mbidaya Jegwe Ironsi Sina Nekwipaku Nage Bundi Igbo. Na Igbo Chesie ndị ugwu declare independence. Gbajie bridge Jeba, gbajie nke Makodi declare that facts, figures. I don't see about that time, onye isi police army. I mean, Ugwu Hausa, onye ndị niile, onye yani anọ n'office Brigadier Johnson, Ongwo, Osimugwa Fukwe Fenku. One do good, no, ndị mwa accused Agwam na nzuzo. I said I wouldn't be intimidated. Ekwu mere ọnụ a ga-ntị gbee ntị a ga-ekwuliri. In the end, Ironsi didn't believe. A long story, he died. But immediately, also now my mentality, gave myself a transfer to Lagos. More moving in charge of artillery, commander, whole Nigerian Army artillery. Njeanozi n'ugwu Hausa, this area wee bido. Ndị meku because emele election na Abeokuta na West chitie ndị Yoruba, ndị Igbo jebe ọgụ. A na-eme campaign na Benue, Makurdi. Chitie ndị chief ndị Igbo jebe ọgụ. Nwere nke ndị Igbo dị involved. Ndị Igbo wanted to everywhere, n'ọfa ga-protect Nigeria. Ọnya bụ na onye chọrọ ịchị Nigeria, audition, make sure you can take care of the Igbos. They are the only people who will oppose it and make trouble. Right. Ojukwu thought a lot of me. You see, I was the only person that kept an appointment from beginning of the war to the end. Whether any other person, particularly in the army, whether onye ọbụla hold command in the army for more than 3 months without a change. But from the first shot in July, Nagakem, Ugoja, Oga, the first artillery I was there. I need the 24 senior officers that fell back to Biafra, Ndibo. All Ndibo now run Nigerian army before the war. Every aspect of it, infantry, artillery, engineers, communication, transport, they were all headed by Igbos. Those people wouldn't enter Biafra. From them, this 2024, Ojukwu picked me as the commander of the Biafran army. Yes, he put me there, so he must have his reason. And I was the only commander in Biafra that the civilians didn't rise up against me because they lose these civilians at riot, abroad riot, be repressed, but she was one last more than a battle. But I was losing the war from. In fact, only the first 2 months, Njoku, the after that started the war, Njoku was, if you can call him Biafran Army commander, he was the commander of the Nigerian army before Biafra declared independence. So he was really commanding the Nigerian army in Enugu. mana declare independence Nobogu. The army lasted two months under him. The Nigeria scattered, conquered Enugu, September. 2 months. Then I said, I'll take over the army. I came there. There was no army to command. The army at war with no weapons, will break anybody. And Njoku, who was a very good officer, didn't last 2 months, scattered the army. Because Ije Inogu, Kandiocha, button. All you need is to make a plan. So in Biafra, we had nothing. Now, when I took over in September 1967, Mbienugu from Nkalago, even no war front. Mbienugu, onye ọbụla na-agbagharị, onwere amị mfo. Wee bido n'isi, Enugu na-agba ọsọ. Wee bido n'isi, gather some the soldiers were milling around, bido n'isi where they form all the army. Ake bido rogu na south to Port Harcourt. So the small army there. Mwa bido no n'isi where reform all the army. And when photographs, reform all the army, and luckily, the Nigeria abanyere Enugu, relax. I remember the looting, but on during that period, more reform all the army and send them back into Enugu to try and recapture Enugu. From that time, the reform army and the sort of leadership they wanted, when the army nokata had said, hey, no man knows with Boko Haram, anokata the army, with what they have, the equipment they have, even with one unit, more than double what the whole of Biafra had. Why capital, you see, you know, and the army trusted me. The Ibu general, I was in the war front every day of the year and every year of the war. In fact, no on the war front can know nowhere. Where be same na Ojukwu na achom. Nowhere. My family was an issue. Onye na-know about family. If I get anywhere na that the second time, Abiasem no Ojukwu chom, Newi. Now was in Kadafia, Efion, there is him Ozi. Say up on Nandi busy or some beer. When Ojukwu was him, I was surprised. Oh, no, Nanewi, I know the first time on affair for almost a year. We were corresponding every day. Or some quadrille apple. I get a peace mission. Afugo mu ibu jisi na bia. Mwali ile goza mono. Kedi pisi otin dibem kede befano. Na fano ni isu. In 2 hours time they should be at the airport. Mu naba kanye one on dibem. Honestly, so that's the end. So Njebe told my family, children who were playing, my oldest child then, my daughter, was about 8. My youngest one was about 2, and I had 4. And I just a handbag each. More, the following meeting, those who were around, and because my headquarters had go almost close to the front line, and I was planning how to relocate troops, and my head, it didn't even occur to me that it could end so abruptly. And that was about 10th or 11th of January. So this was the 1970. But immediately the war ended. This is why I said I am not praising myself or praising anybody, but I believe that if I hadn't stepped in at the time I did in Enugu, the war wouldn't have lasted more than 3 months. I reformed the army from the scratch. And in the sum total, Bona, that war, any officer, on the Biafran side, can virtually, it damaged one's nerves, you just have to agree that everybody did their best.